to have inside the Docker commands. Okay. So let me, so hope everyone can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So here, this is simple web applications. I just wanted to show different Docker commands to you. So here I just wanted to create a file, Docker file. And here, you know that from command is basically used to pull an image, which is required to run this application. So this is a Spring Boot application. I need to pull the OpenJDK. So there are so many OpenJDKs available in the market. So right now, I just wanted to download the 17 Alpine. Okay. And now the next one thing is, so there is something called, we can add, we can also, instead of add, we can also do a copy. So add and copy both are same, but add gives different functionalities, just like we have used a variable, right? So for copy, variable will not work. Okay. So here, let me give the target folder and the snapshot demo -1.0 snapshot, and I'm copying this local target jar file, which is existed on my machine, to the Docker container space where I just wanted to create a, abc.jar and copy all the contents. So what is this jar file is going to contain? It contains classes, libraries, etc. Okay. So everything I just wanted to copy paste that inside the abc.jar, which was created in the Docker container. So this is a Docker container jar file, and this is our local folder target jar file. I just wanted to copy all these things which are existed inside this jar to this abc.jar, which is a Docker container jar. Okay. So, and how Docker is going to run this application, there is something called an entry point where we can actually give our commands. So each and every word is has to be separated with a comma. So here java-jar, and here I just wanted to run this as abc.jar. That's it. Okay. So now the Docker will use this command in order to run this jar file. So this jar is going to contain the contents of this jar because we have actually copied it. Okay. Now, apart from this image, there is another image which was pulled from the Docker Hub, which is something called OpenJDK 17 Alpine, which is actually required to run this image inside a Docker container with JDK installation inside the container itself. Okay. Now, let's go to this. I will not go to this terminal first of all. Okay. Right now, if you just go and see this one. So I just wanted to give a server.port 8080. So even if server.port 8080 is not given, it will be there by default. But I have written this for specific purpose. I will tell you when the time comes. So here, what I just wanted to do, I just wanted to just build a application, Maven Clean install. Let's do this. Okay. Now we have generated the new jar file. Now I just wanted to open this inside the Explorer. I just wanted to open this in a git bash so that it will be a very big terminal for you. So you will be able to see everything. Yeah. So here I just wanted to, so Docker build -t. So how I can build a Docker image? So basically here, the tag name, you can give whatever the tag name that you want. Let's say you just wanted to give test. That's it. And then space dot. So what is this dot? So when we say Docker build, so how Docker build is basically used to create an image. Okay. Docker space build is basically used to create an image. What is the image name that we have given? Test. And we have not given version also. That is not mandatory. And if you are not going to give any version, by default, the tag version will be latest. Okay. I'll show that to you in a bit. And now what is this dot? So dot indicates, so this is a demo folder, right? So inside this demo folder, we have the Docker file. So if you see this demo folder, so Docker file is present and the same folder root level. So here dot indicates the current folder. Okay. That means the current directory where the Docker file is present. And you don't have to mention it as Docker file again. It identifies the Docker file with this Docker file name itself. Okay. Now, if I just enter this, And now, if you can see this, it has something called, see here, the image name is test. That's what we have given over here. The image name is test. And we have not given any version. If you are not going to give any version, then the tag version will be the latest version. That's it. Okay. So that's the total idea. Okay. Yes. Now, how to run this image? So Docker run -t test. That's it. Let's run this application. Okay. So I'll be able to run this application, but this is running on 8080. Right now, I will not be able to access the application. So localhost 8080/test. The site can't be reached. That means the application is running inside a Docker container. So Docker run is basically used to run an image. Docker build is basically used to create an image. That's the only difference. So Docker build is basically used to create an image, and Docker run is basically used to run that image inside a Docker container. That's the simple idea. Now, I just wanted to do one thing over here. Okay. So right now, I have not exposed any port. Okay. So because I'm telling everything from the scratch so that you people can understand. Okay. So here, I just wanted to execute the same command, but here, I just wanted to expose a port -p space 8080:8080. And I just wanted to press enter. And now let's see whether we will be able to access this application or not. And before executing this, I just wanted to copy this command from here, paste this inside a notepad. And here I just wanted to explain this again. Okay. So here, if you see that -p is basically used to give the port numbers. Okay. That means right now this application is running inside a Docker container, right? So inside the Docker container, we will not be able to access any of the applications which is running. But we can actually create a firewall role, that means port exposing feature through the Docker by using -p. What is this -p indicates? So -p is basically going to give. So the left side port is exposed port, and the right side port is a container port. Okay. Now, inside the container, it is running with 8080. And what is this one? So let me tell you what is this complete meaning of this command. Okay. So when we say Docker run, hey Docker, run this application where the image name is test. So when you run the application, keep in mind, in your Docker, run the application on 8080, and please give us the permission so that we can also access the container based application through this port. That's the total idea. Okay. Now, if I just go and hit this one, this is already working. So test. Okay. So the endpoint was working. Okay. Now, I just wanted to do one simple thing over here. Okay. So let me do one more thing over here. let me stop this application. So once you stop this application, the container also will be stopped. If you just see this, container has been stopped. Okay. So now what I can do, I'll just execute the same command, but here I just wanted to expose this on separate port 9999. Hey, Docker, run this application inside your container on the port 8080. So the container will run the application on port 8080, but please give us the permission to access your container application through 9999 so that we can access it. Please give us the permission. That's the total idea, and press enter. And here, if you just run this application, a new Docker container will be created. Here, it is running now. Now, if you just go and access this 9999, so this is not reachable. We can access it only through 9999. Okay, now this is working. Now we'll do some things to understand what are all the different types of environment variables that we can give. So right now we are actually giving the port informations, right? So we are actually giving ports. So right now, let's say I just wanted to stop this application and clear this application. And here, let's say you are just going to run this application on some environment, cloud environment. Let's say the container cannot run this application on port 8080 for some reasons. Okay. I just have to start this container based application on port called 6666. And when I press enter and hit this application, hit this command. So what it will do, it will start the application on 8080 only. It will not start the application on 6666. Okay. Now let's understand what are all the scenarios that we do have. Now, if I just go and hit this application, it will not work because the page is not working. That means 9999 is the exposed port, but the container port has been given as 6666. But if you see that application is running inside a container with port 8080. So here 6666 and the 8080 are out of sync. It will not work. But if you just wanted to, but what is happening? How this port is actually configured? Because inside our application.yaml, 8080 is configured by default. But can we change this port so that the container will start on 6666? Can we do that? Yes, we can do that. There is a environment variable. So right now we have a port variable, right? So right like that, we do have something called -e. So here you can just mention server.port equal to 6666. And now if you press enter, it will override the port of 8080 to 6666. So that's the total idea. Now, if you can see this, the application has been started on 6666. And if you just go and hit this 6666, this is the container port. You will not be able to access it, but you'll be able to access 9999. So that's the total idea. So this is whatever the port information or the environment variable. So this environment variable is going to override our application.yaml file port, which is 8080. It will override this port 8080 to 6666 during the run. So whatever the commands that you are going to give during the run command, it will override the existing server.port 8080 to 6666. Okay. So, but what if I just wanted to build this application on 6666 and I just don't want to give this -server.port? So do we have any other way? So let me clear this one. And let's go to this server.port and give 6666. Okay. So now the container will run on 6666. Okay. Now what will happen? So first what I need to do. So if you see this target jar file, 6666 port will not be available inside this jar because this jar was built long back. That means 3 to 5 minutes back, right? So 6666 application.yaml file change will not be there inside this jar. So first of all, what I need to do, I just have to go to the terminal and I just have to build this application again. Okay, now this is successfully built. Now, whenever we are actually building the application, so here, let's see the Docker images. So Docker space images is going to give the list of images which are existed in Docker. So here, if you can see that, this was generated 9 minutes ago, correct? Now, there is a change inside the jar, right? So now if I just do Docker build -t, the image name is test space dot. Okay, now just build this. And now if you can see, this image was recently built and now see Docker images. Can you see this here? The previous one, which was generated 10 minutes ago, was not in use. So this was the new one 9 seconds ago. It was generated 9 seconds ago. And now this is the latest one. Okay. Now what we can do, we can just clear this one. And now Docker run -p 6666 colon 6666 -t space test. Sorry. That's it. Okay. Now run this application. Now the application will run on 6666 because inside the application.yaml, we have given the port number as 6666. Even you can run this application on, you can expose this application on 9999 also or 9091 also. Anything will be fine. Okay. So it will run on 6666, but it has exposed the details on 9091, right? So 9091. So we can see the result. Got it? So that's the total idea. Any doubts in this so far? Sir, what is -t? Yeah, basically, I will tell you the information, Naresh Reddy. So here, let's say, here during the Docker build command, I just wanted to build the image again. Let's say you just wanted to give only the image name. Let's say I just wanted to enter it. So here, -t is basically required to give the version of the image. Okay, so let's say if I just go to this pom.xml, let's go to this. Okay, and I just wanted to remove this version first of all. Let's refresh this. Okay, so here without version it is actually working because the parent has been given as 3.1.5, but there is no version for this, right? So it is always to maintain a better version, even here in the pom.xml or even in the images. So let me explain you what I just wanted to talk about. Okay, so Docker build -t and so can you see this Docker desktop images first of all? So can you see what is this name? It's the image name. Test is the image name, Docker image name. And what is this tag? So tag is basically meant for version. So the so here it is given it as latest. Now I just wanted to say that. So right now my application version is 1.0, right? So what I can do, I can just give test colon 1.0 version of this image. And then I just wanted to give the dot, the location of the Docker file. So now when I enter this one, can you see this one? Can you see this? Naresh Reddy. Let me unmute you. Naresh Reddy.
Hello.
Yeah, you can ask your doubts because I know Docker will be confusion part for so many people
Yeah.
who are new to
Yeah.
it. Yeah, tell me.
Yes, sir. IFNT means it's a tag, right? You mean to say?
See, basically, the terminology is different in Docker. So we call, if you just say Spring Framework, Spring Boot, right? Every framework and every software has a version, right?
Yes.
Right? Now,
Yes.
in Docker terminology, we call version as a tag. That's it.
Okay.
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 Yeah. And over here, if you just see this Git bash, let's go to this one. Yeah. So here, if you see this Docker build, so this Docker build is basically used to create an image. Okay. And what is the image name and what is the version? Even if you are not going to give the version over here, it will take the version as latest. Okay. So that's the general idea. If I just build it again, just go back to the Docker desktop. Now, if you see this, this is the latest one. Okay, so let's refresh
So
this.
what is the general use of this? Having versions. So it's
Yeah.
just like
So I will tell you the reason why. Okay. So right now, if I just go to this one, can you see the version
Yes. 3 point.
3.1.5? Okay. What is 3.15 or 1.5 is going to contain, first of all? Okay. So let me tell you the reason. I just wanted to go to the Spring Maven. So in the earlier days, in order to develop a Spring Core application, right? We just have to download this dependency, Spring Core.
Yes.
Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And to run a Spring Core based application, Spring Core dependency is not enough. We have to
Yes.
add some other dependencies,
In
which is
context.
something called Spring Context also, right?
Yes.
But right now, in the latest version, from 6.x version, so once you add Spring-context as a dependency with version 6, okay, inside the Spring context, we have Spring Core also. We don't have to add Spring Core separately after adding Spring-context. Okay. So are you there inside, when you are there in this training session?
I'm sorry.
When you are there in this training session from?
I just joined recently only. So
Okay,
3 4
recently
days back.
only. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, I think already these things are already discussed. Okay, so but let me switch to the branch. Let me show it to you what I just wanted to talk about. Okay. Okay. Now, if you can see this, so from Spring 6.x version, right? So I have added only Spring-context, but when you go to this Spring context, go to this dependencies, you have Spring AOP, you have Spring Beans, you have Spring Core also. Can you see this?
Yes. Yes, sir.
These are advanced versions. But if you just go to the Spring 3.x version or 2.x version, you need to add Spring Core, Spring Beans, Spring AOP, and Spring Expression. So all these dependencies are actually required to run a Spring Core based application. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
But right now from Spring 6.x version, only one dependency is equal to 4 dependencies. Got it?
Yes.
So every time whenever they are releasing new versions, they are actually giving so many features to us, right? So in the same way, right now we do have this application, which is a demo application, right? It's a very simple application where we do have a Spring Web. You know the basics of Spring, right?
Yes, yes, sir, I know.
Yeah. Now, if you see that right now, I do have only one controller, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is the version that I have given over here in the Docker desktop? So 1.0. Okay, let's remove all these things for now. Let's remove the containers also. Okay, now let's go to this image and delete this one as well. Okay, right now we do have an image test 1.0, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, I just wanted to make sure that I just wanted to change this. I just wanted to introduce one more get endpoint, which actually returns. Let me create this one. Let me create one simple customer. And I just wanted to have private string customer name. Private string email. That's it. Okay. Name and email. I think these are enough. Okay. Now I just wanted to generate a constructor. Default constructor. And getters and setters. Okay. Now this is done. Now I just wanted to go to the controller. So get mapping. So test / customers. Okay. So here, I just wanted to change this to customer. Imagine that there is a database. Right now, I'm not integrating or communicating with the database. I just wanted to return arrays.asList. And here, I just wanted to create a new customer with the name as well as the email. So let's say test1 and email as test1@gmail.com. And I just wanted to add s2@gmail.com. Okay, so here I just wanted to return a list of customers here, right? So here, what I can just do, so here I can just change this get customers so that compile time issue will be resolved. So now this is a change in our application, right? So already we have released a version 1.0. Now, whenever I am doing any change right now, I just wanted to change this version to 1.1 snapshot and refresh it. And now build the image. Let me run this application now. And now do a Maven clean install. Now go to the git bash and now clear this. And here, I just wanted to run Docker build again, but here the version is 1.1. So -t test :1.1. So -t is mandatory because -t, why they have given it? The reason is even if I'm not giving 1.1, it is going to give the version as latest. Okay. So that's the advantage of using -t, and that is mandatory. Okay. Now I just wanted to enter this. So it will create a new image with version 1.1. So, but here, if you can see that this one is not valid, right? So I have to change the Docker file. Yeah, I have to change this Docker file to this one. Okay. Now, if I just go and enter this again, it will build a Docker image with the version 1.1. So we have two softwares. One software is actually having one endpoint, but this 1.1 is the advanced version where it has another endpoint which returns a list of customers of that application. Very
So,
simple. So whenever we are actually, yeah, tell me.
yes, how we decide, sir? So, I mean, who business will tell, so we have to maintain this version, or it's a programmer will do the
No,
version.
not the programmer, not the programmer. See, if you just see the Spring framework versions, it has actually started with 1.x.x version.
Okay.
Okay. But when 2.x.x came, there are a lot of features came in, right? There are advanced features. So if you consider, if you ask me truly, can you see this annotation first of all? I just wanted to go to the GitHub first. So here I have actually committed the user registration system. So here, if you can see this, I'll just go to this core Java to Spring Boot web project. So here, can you see this? @REST controller is present from specific version. But before that, we do have something called @controller plus @response body. We need to add these two annotations, right? So this was there starting from the not from 1.x version. This was there from 2.x version, correct? But
Yes.
when Spring 4 came to the market, Spring 4.x.1, they have actually clubbed this annotation to this single annotation. Instead of writing these two annotations, they have clubbed this to a single annotation, correct? So here the version, how the version has to be given, it will be decided by the product owners or the respective product owners or the product management team. So there the version will be decided by the higher people authority, and then probably they are going to give some idea. We are going to follow this version. Let's say we are going to make a release for our application every 3 months or every 6 months. So kindly follow this version. And they will say all these kind of things. It's not a developer who's going to decide on the version.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. That's the only questions from your side?
Yeah,
thank you, Naresh. Yeah. I think Suresh, is that clear to you as well?
Yes, sir. So one thing, sir, like image name,
sure.
we are seeing as test, right? Below that, there is
Right.
a ID, right? 716 something. What is that called?
Yeah, this is the image ID basically. So right now, if you just ask me truly, we have something called MySQL, right? So right now, whenever we are actually saving the records in the database, there is a unique ID which will be created for each and every record in the database, correct?
Yeah.
So that is used to identify see, right now we do have an image, correct, right? But basically this image is basically used by Docker, not by us.
Okay, internally it's making use of that.
Yeah, internally it uses it. Yeah.
And another question was like if you have multiple projects and you want to open IntelliJ, right, at the same time, it's possible. Or let's say we have 2-3 projects. So
yes,
you want to like if you want to have all the project in the Project Explorer, whatever.
no, that is not possible. But we can do that by using Maven multi-module approach itself. You've already seen Maven multi-module approach,
but if
right?
you have a separate application, like not module, let's say.
Okay, I think IntelliJ is not going to provide like STS or Eclipse. So
okay,
in one Explorer, we can have only one project.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Otherwise, it will.
Branch, right?
Yeah.
Only just branch.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah. Every project has to be opened in a separate IDE. But there is one way, Suresh. If you just go to this, right? So here, there's a way for you to open a folder directly. Where, see, inside a folder, you can keep n number of projects, correct?
Yeah, yes.
So you can import that folder, and that folder will be recognized, whatever the Java applications are there, it will automatically recognize that. You can just import that folder. That's it.
and then it will show all the project, right?
Yes, exactly the same.
And then you want to switch to that particular project, then what type you do? File open and
No, you don't have to switch it, because if you have imported a folder, so here it will show that folder, and let's say this is a demo folder. It has a lot of Java applications inside this. So you can just switch it over here itself.
oh, we don't have to do anything. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Only the branch you can switch, right? Let's say we have demo 1, demo 2, demo 3, three different applications.
Okay, so basically you are asking about version control. Okay.
Okay, yeah, got it. So what I was saying, let's say we have demo folder. Under that we have demo 1, demo 2, demo 3, three different projects.
Yeah, 3 will come when you import the
All
folder.
3 will be listed out. Okay.
Yeah, 3 will become. Yeah.
And if you want to switch, let's say demo 1, some branch, let's say feature 1, feature 2. So I can select the demo 1 and I can
you can select it. Yeah, you can do that one. Yeah. Thank you, Suresh.
One more simple question, sir. Like I think you were showing something like we had some module, right? What is the use of module actually? Somebody was showing something and he had some issue with some Java version. So you selected module and then selected.
Oh, okay. See, basically, if you just so everyone is experienced with Eclipse or STS, right? So they know how to set the JDK path. But here, if you just select on this project, right, demo project, so there is something called initially there will be no Java or JDK set in the IntelliJ. So you can just select the project and then probably you can just go to this project structure. So inside this project structure, there are 3 ways where you can set the project version for this application. So first go to the project and see whether 17 is selected and 17 is selected at the SDK as well as the language level. Okay. And then go to the modules and see whether language level is 17 or not, since we are using 17, correct? And then the third way is go to the SDKs and see whether it is pointing to the JDK installation of our local machine. If these 3 are present, then probably your application will recognize the JDK as 17 version. Otherwise, it will not be.
All the 3.
So you need to set, all the 3. Yeah, all the 3 has to match. Otherwise, you will see compile time issues. Or basically, it will show one option over here, setup JDK. You can click on that setup JDK and select the version of 17 or 16, whatever it is.
Yeah, sometimes it shows automatically.
Yeah, sometimes it shows because at that time it is not going to recognize. But the best way to do that one is go to the project structure and then go to this project, select the SDK and the language level, go to the modules. And here also the language level has to be 17 and go to the SDKs. This is the last one where you have to point out to the JDK right home path. That's it.
Yes, and module is what basically is a project. Normally we have package, right? And not project. We have a package and we have class and interface.
Right.
What is module here? Like it kind of.
Yeah, you can just consider module as a package only. But in Maven, module is different. Module is a separate project. We call it as a project in Maven. But if you ask me truly, there are so many things. See, when it comes to Java modules, there is no term module in Java.
Okay, got it.
There is module only in terms of Maven itself, because in Maven we have modules. Module means it's a separate project which has set of libraries, classes, and interfaces, packages, etc.
So if you want to create a big project and we want to have different component, then we can create some modules. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we will do that once we are going to start with Maven multi-module project with the mini project. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, and already I just wanted to show one thing to everyone. I just wanted to stop here and basically I just wanted to show the application whatever we are developing for the already existing real-time batch. We have actually developed an application. I just wanted to open this one. this is a major project because we are done with a mini project. The movie ticket booking system it's just like a Book My Show that was done using Kafka and the NoSQL DBs also. So let me show you the overall view of the application, how it is actually looking. But this application is something different. And also, we have not used much CSS to make the UI feel, look and good, and amazing visuals in the UI. So let me show that to you so that you all can understand. This is just a basic high-level understanding on what the portal we are going to develop using microservices Spring Boot with Angular front end. So front end also will be taught to everyone. I think most of the people who are actually new to the Angular, they're understanding Angular from their side, and everything is getting executed from their side as well. So here, oh, I have expanded it, right? Okay. So here is the Hunger Savior portal. So this is exactly like, the same like Swiggy portal, swiggy.com. If you can just see here, over here. So here, can you see this header? So I have designed the header exactly the same like the Swiggy. Okay. And if you see the restaurants, so here it has some beautiful animation. When I hover, it is just decreasing its size. And when I come out of this, it is just increasing its size, the same size. So basically, if you see this, it has a hotel name followed by rating, the menu types, and the location. So if you just go to this restaurants over here, see here, I have also the same kind of animation. So all this data is coming from the backend. Okay. So see this. So here, the restaurant name is Bakingo. The rating is 4.2. And here, if you can see that, the menu types are more: bakery, desserts, ice cream, ... cane. So it does not have to show complete things, but even if you see mine, North Indian, Punjabi, Chinese, ... Okay. So once it is actually reaching its length, it has to give ... So the same thing is being followed over here, and the same thing is being followed over here also. Got it? So that's the total idea. So, and this is a sign-in page, which we have designed yesterday. So once you see this UI, right? So this UI is exactly, what I can say. This looks pretty good, but if you ask me truly, how much CSS you have used, I can say that out of 100%, I have used only 10% of CSS, only 10% of CSS in order to make this UI look and feel good. Okay. So that's the total idea. That's it. Okay.
So you will be taking care of Angular also as part of this?
Yeah, Angular will be taught to you because I have said that this training period is exactly for 3 months, right? So right now, in the initial first month, we will be covering all the basics along with the mini project. And then the second month will be completely on Angular, where in the first 10 days, I'll be teaching you Angular, all the basic things. And you need to learn from your side also. I will tell you the project level concepts, topics, and all these kind of things. And after 10 days, we will start designing our application in such a way so that it will look exactly the same that I have shown right now. Yeah. Okay. After this second month, in the third month, what we will be doing? So in the second month, we will be designing all our front-end components. In the third month, we'll be working parallelly on Spring Boot as well as in Angular to integrate both the backend as well as the front end.
Yeah, that's great plans.
Yeah,
nowadays
so that's the total idea.
Using React, so if you know Angular, then I can learn myself, right?
Yes, I think no one have to learn Angular, but I will help you a lot. Okay, don't worry on that. Yeah. So I know that people are actually saying React is good, and sometimes some people are saying Angular is good. There is no such thing like that. If you ask me truly, both are actually doing a very good. Both are having a very good scope in the market. But when it actually comes to React, React is just a library, but Angular is a framework. So that's the only difference. Angular provides a hell lot of features out of the box, but for React, we need to add a lot of dependencies to utilize some of the bootstrap features, or if you just wanted to add some extra CSS, you need to add some more libraries. So React is not going to provide all those kind of things behind the scenes. That's the total idea. But since React is a library, it is lightweight. Since Angular framework is a framework, it is heavyweight. So that's the only difference. But when it comes to the performance, both are exactly the same. There must be, 1% variation between both of them. But trust me, React, it has its own very good market in the world. And also Angular also has very good market in the world. Okay. That's the total idea.
Yes, sir. So if you want to
Yeah.
go for learning thing, then it's better to go through Angular, right? Then
Yes, if you understand Angular, the only thing that I just wanted to say, if you learn Angular, React will be dead easy
Yeah,
because
exactly.
same kind of syntax will be there. But only the names will change, the class names or the components names that we are going to use. Only those names will change. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now let's come to this. Sorry, this one. I just wanted to close this. Yeah. I just wanted to go to the user registration system. So I think probably it will take some time for this because we have started from 9:10, right? So it will take one more hour for this. So better what we can do. If you have any questions, you can ask it for today. Tomorrow we'll start on Docker Compose. I think probably everyone is good with Docker commands. That means Docker commands is how to build a Docker image, how to run a Docker image, and what are all the things that we can do. Can we override the server.port information from this application.yaml to some other port? Yes, we can use -e and give server.port to some other number. And then we can give the container port exactly same like -e server.port we have given, right? The same port has to be given as container port. That's it. These are all the things that you need to keep in mind. And tomorrow, the Docker Compose discussion will be very much in depth. First of all, just listen for at least 15 to 20 minutes from my side. Don't ask any questions. After 10 to 15 minutes, we'll have a lot of discussions. Okay?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, sure. And if anyone has any specific questions, you can raise your hands. Gaurav?
So I have question related Docker Compose only. So yesterday we use suppose we have a scenario where our application is running on Docker, but our database in some other server, not in Docker container. So
Right,
is
right.
there any way to communicate to that database through that application?
Yeah, if you don't have Docker Compose, the only way is IP address of our machine. But I will tell you tomorrow. You will be able to understand. Okay.
Okay.
There
And
are two ways.
it is not.
There are two ways. One is through IP address, and another way is through Docker Compose.
For that local database or other servers database, not in which is not in container running on container.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your question.
No, sir. You know what I'm saying? Suppose we have application which is running on container, Docker container, and data and the database is not on Docker container, which is on local server or any other AWS, suppose. So, so how to communicate, connect to that database?
That's what, right? So it is only possible through Docker Compose.
Okay.
Okay, don't worry. I will tell you tomorrow. You'll understand each and everything.
Okay. And
but
it is
tomorrow
not
everyone
mandatory.
will be perfect. Yeah, tell me.
Okay, and it is not mandatory to log in to Docker desktop for creating image and container, right?
Not required. Not required. The login is only required, or account is only required whenever you just wanted to push your image to the Docker hub.
Okay.
Yeah, for
Thank you.
running and building an image, it's not required.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
So in the Docker
Well-
file, you mentioned you can have just one image, right? We cannot have more than one.
Yeah, we can have it, Suresh, but the problem is we have to keep our Docker file very simple.
So we can have
Because otherwise what will happen? See, whatever let's say there are 2 to 3 images, even for one image OpenJDK, it is actually taking 300 plus MB size, right? Imagine if you are using MySQL image also, it will be more than 500 MB or between 500 to 700 MB. Again, it will be, if you consider the image size, it will be around 1 GB.
Yeah, got it.
Correct?
But
so
here
we
you-
have to maintain separate containers instead of single image. We have to maintain separate images so that we can communicate with each other using Docker Compose.
Because here Spring Boot has dependency only on JDK, but if there is some
Yeah.
other application that has some basic dependency of
No. See, if you
More than
consider the Java application, it has dependency on Spring, right? It has dependency on Java. But the basic thing is, let's say right now it has dependency on Java, we resolved it, but it has another dependency which is MySQL, correct?
Yeah, correct.
So we don't have to include that in Docker file. There's some other way I will tell you tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Suresh. Murali, tell me.
Hello, sir. So I want to ask how
Yeah.
the developer has to create a Docker file and so what they so basically there's a tickets, right, in the project. So each
Yeah.
one gets so each one does their own code and everything. So at the end, who
Yes.
does the Dockerization, sir?
Yeah, see, let me tell you, Murali. So there are different kinds of projects where developers sometimes have to work on full stack development. That means as an individual contributor, he has to work on backend as well as he has to take care of DevOps also. Basically, this Docker is basically meant for DevOps people, but for a developer, Docker knowledge is also required because developers are the only people who are going to write Docker files and Docker Compose files.
Okay.
Okay, and
Okay,
also whatever the image name that you are going to give, those image names also will be given inside our task tickets. You cannot create an image name based on your opinion. What image name you have to create, everything will be given in the ticket
Okay, sir.
if a task has been given to you. Okay.
Okay, sir. And
Yeah.
I have 2 more questions. And one thing is a good news. I got a job in the contract
Very good.
basis.
Mhm.
Till
Very
that,
good.
package. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking, so should I accept because it's only 3 months contract. So I'm thinking I can continue this class and do the job and improve my knowledge. So if the company is good, I can continue for another 3 months and think of another good job, by increasing my knowledge. So that's what I'm thinking. Is it a good idea?
Yes, it is always a good idea, Murali. So you have to expand your knowledge, right?
No, not in that way. Like, should I wait for other offers and just continue with this one because it's not work from home?
Okay.
That's also a good thing.
See, yeah, that is also good, Murali. So right now, if you see this evening real-time batch 6 p.m., which is running at 6 p.m., there are some people who are from Oracle actually. They actually wanted to learn front end and they just wanted to integrate backend and front end. There are some people who are actually working in companies and they are attending these trainings. So because just for their knowledge, they just wanted to attain their knowledge. But I'll just say you one thing. There's so many YouTube videos, there are so many Udemy tutorials, but why people are still coming? Because if you just see Udemy or YouTube, there also the live coding will be there, but whatever the confusions that we do have, we cannot ask it. So people will be in a dilemma and they will not proceed with the course sometimes. Right.
Yes, yes.
So I think a live training will be very much better instead of
Yes,
course
yes,
things,
of course, I
because we can ask
understand.
a lot of questions so that we can clarify and you can get familiarity in those topics as well.
My doubt was, should I wait for other offers or just take the offer up and continue?
You
That's
can
what
just
I'm
try
asking.
for n number of companies, and you can see the package and also the kind of work that you are going to work on. You have to take care of all these aspects. Job, okay, you got a job, but what kind of role that you are going to perform in the project, I don't know. But you can just check with the interviewer, or once you join the company, you'll get to know. But if you are not liking your job and there is no development work, just a bug fixes, then probably your knowledge will not be increased. That's what I can say, Murli.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
And sir, one more thing, in our front end, so in every project they'll be using SCSS, not CSS, just CSS.
No, let me tell you. SCSS is going to give more flexibility, but whatever the features that I just wanted to use, I will show that to you once the time comes. SCSS does not allow you to define styles in a single file. So let's say I just wanted to define one style in a global level, and that will be applied to the respective components. We don't have to define that style in each and every component. That's the total idea.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, it's a
Yes,
kind
sir,
of reusability.
Yes, I understand. And so one more thing, so once you start the job, so what's the first thing they do, sir? Like once we get, they provide VPN. So what's the first developer should do? That
See, initially, if you ask me truly, for the first first 1 to 2 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks, you'll not be having any work, but they will be giving some KT sessions to you. You have to understand that. You have to understand the project flow. If you don't understand the project flow, then probably you just have to get in touch with your colleagues or peer developers, and make a good rapport with them, so that everyone will be close to you, and then probably whatever the concerns that you do have, they must resolve it. But sometimes you will get some bad fellows, so they don't want to tell anything. They just wanted to talk to you, but when you have any concern or if you're stuck anywhere, they will not be able to help you. There are some people like that also, but you have to tackle your own problems sometimes. So good guys and bad guys. Okay.
Thank you, sir. That's all.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Murli. And Akshay?
So I have a question regarding plugin. So whenever we open the Docker file, in IntelliJ suggests the Docker plugin in right side corner below. So is there any use of that plugin when you install automatically? Means automatically it will be used that?
Where?
In IntelliJ when we open, in right side corner notification, they suggest a Docker plugin.
Yeah, I have installed the Docker plugin. So let me show that to you. So here, if you just type, press double shift on your, there is a shift button, right?
Yeah.
Just double click on that shift button. You'll see this window. Go to all and type plugins over here. Okay. The first option, plugins, is there. So just enter that. You'll be able to go to this Docker. So here I have already installed a Docker.
Okay.
So once you install Docker, you will get that plugin.
Okay.
I have also Lombok. I have also this Spring Boot Assistant, which is basically going to show me this kind of this is one. This is just from Peng FEI. So basically, what it is going to do, if I just go to this resources, so it is just going to show me the spring.application.name, right?
Yeah.
And then spring.jpa. All these kind of things it will show. Otherwise, it will not show. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. That's the only question.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Naresh.
Hi, sir. I install Docker desktop in my local machine, but while starting
Okay.
Docker, I'm getting unexpected
Okay.
WSL error.
Oh, okay. One second. Let me give that software in. So there is one thing. You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
So sometimes in some people machine, they are going to get this. So there is something called WSL update. So you can just how I can give this software. You are there in Telegram channel?
Yes, I'm there.
1 second. Let me see if I can give the software over in the Telegram channel or not. Yes, I can. File. And here the desktop files. Only if you are getting any error related to WSL, then only you can select this one. Install this one, okay? I think you can download this and click on that. It will install the WSL. So once WSL is installed, restart your machine and then see whether you are going to open the Docker desktop or not.
Yeah, this is for access rights, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. One more thing, sir. In the version in the pom.xml, we are giving the version, right? Version maybe, for example, 3.1.5, right, sir? But what we can indicate, like 3 for indicating what, 1 for indicating what, 5 for indicating. Is there any definitions?
No, they have actually, see, if you ask me truly, so right now, if you see Play Stores, right? Google Play Store.
Yes.
Right? So different software will have different versions. Okay. So right now, if you take one software, it has 1.0 version. When they are going to release after 6 months, they are going to maintain 1.1 version. If you just see the Java version, so the Java version has been changed. Let's say 1 was released, right? 1.2 was released, 1.3, 1.5, 1.7 also, right?
Yes.
But from Java 8, it has been changed to 1.8. No, it was not 1.8. It was Java 8.
Yes.
But after that, 11, 14, 16.
Yeah, this is JDK. Okay.
And right now 17. So they have actually changed the versions. There is no meaning of, asking this one. What is this 3? What is this 1? What is that? So they have some particular structure. That's
okay. I thought that indicating 3 for something version number, something like that. Okay.
So basically, they don't want to release, let's say, they just wanted to release so many versions, right? They cannot they cannot say that 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.3, something like that. There are 100 number of versions, then probably 3 series is completed, right?
Yes.
But here they are actually keeping 3.1, but they just wanted to append .1, .2, .3, .4, so that this will be there for a long period of time because they have a lot of releases in the coming months, even in days.
Okay.
So that's the total idea.
Okay. Thanks, sir. While we changing the in Docker port number, we are using -e, right? What exactly is indicating for -e for changing the version?
No. See, -e, basically we are using server.port over here, right? If you just override, if you just wanted to override this port, server.port, this is an environment variable.
Okay.
These are all environment properties, right? Our application environment properties. So if you just wanted to change environment properties, then probably -e server.port equal to, you can give whatever the port that you want to override the value. And -p is basically which port has to be run inside a container and which port has to be exposed to the outside world. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
thank you. Today class is very clear, sir. We got good idea about this one.
Yeah, that's what I have started with the basic, because everyone will have a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Naresh. Yeah. Giridhar?
So, hi, sir.
Hi, Giridhar.
Hello. I mean, had two doubts. Yes, regarding this Docker. I mean, once our Docker image is running in the container, Means if we
Mhm.
need to access from our local our mission, just we need to type mission is localhost or something IP address. Just
No. See, right now, when application is running inside a Docker container, it has some IP address. We cannot access that IP address with our local host. Local host is specific to my local machine, right?
Okay.
Docker container
then-
has its own local host.
Okay.
But if I have to access that Docker container port with a Docker related IP address, we don't know the IP address, right? So
Yes,
that's the
yes.
biggest kind of security. Yeah.
Then how can we hit the request? Means I forgot on that day just how we the request to container. Means
Mhm.
in place of localhost, what we given? Just
See,
means
here,
if,
no.
if
Here we are actually running, let me,
image.
yeah. So Docker run -p 8080:8080, right?
Yes.
But 8080 we cannot be given because the container port will run on 6666, right? So how we can do? Docker run -p, and it has to expose the port to the outside world. That means 8080 is exposed to our machine, and 6666 is the container port.
Container port, yes, I got it.
And right, so that's the total idea. Unless it exposes the port, we will not be able to access the application from our local system. Okay, if the request has been given to localhost 8080 from our machine, that means Docker container which is running on Docker container which is running our application on port 80. That means 6666. So what happens when I hit localhost 8080? Hey, Docker will understand that, hey, I have exposed this port. People are requesting this. People are actually hitting the request. So what it actually does, it actually routes this request to the container port, which is running on 6666. That's it.
Okay. No, I got it.
It internally converts this 8080 to 6666 because it has exposed this port. Okay. That's the reason.
Okay. So one more thing is, so if we expose for this image 8080, so in my local machine, can I able to run 8080 for another means any Spring Boot application 8080?
No. Once it is already in use, you cannot be able to use it.
Means I'm saying just I expose means by running this container, just I expose it 8080. Okay. So further this image is keep on running. So at that time, just a parallel can't start in 8080 another application, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay. That's why on that day, just MySQL images we kept on that port number. Okay.
Yes, right, exactly.
Yeah, okay. That is small confusion.
But tomorrow you will have a clear understanding on Docker Compose. Don't worry about that.
Yes, I got it. Just a small confusion. This expose only. Just means how we are eating this.
No
exactly.
worries. Even I struggled a lot. Okay.
No, I'm clear now.
Yeah. Thank you, Giridhar.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay,
bye. Abhinav?
Hi, sir.
Hi, Abhinav.
Hi, sir. But actually, I'm sorry. Like today, I'm unable to join early. But the thing is, sir, actually, from the previous classes, like I'm unable to build up any image of the Docker thing in my Mac. It's saying something weird errors. I have searched in Stack Overflow, all those things.
Okay.
Still,
So
I'm unable to resolve
let me do one thing. Okay. So you are there in Telegram?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. I will give you one meeting link for you to join.
Yes.
You can join over there. I'll just connect with you and resolve your issue.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. Sometime today. Okay. I'll ping you in the Telegram.
Yeah, sir. But actually, it's night for me today. So, according to
okay, then probably tomorrow after the Docker Compose, we'll just sit it in the same session.
Yeah, sir. It says like Docker file is not found in that, but there is a Docker file. Even I am like getting into the target and still I am trying to build the image. It says something weird errors are.
No, you don't have to go to the target for building the image.
Yeah, just I'm trying different things. So
okay, I will let you know by tomorrow. Just share your screen maybe tomorrow. after the discussion of Docker Compose, and your confusions will be resolved. Okay.
Yes, I'm little clarified, but still, I'm unable to
No
build.
problem.
I'm getting lag there. I'm not able to come front because of this thing.
Yeah, no problem. I will solve it for you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Abhilash, you are the last person.
Hi, sir. So actually, we see the two ports, right? One is expose port and one is container port. So expose port is something, which we are accessing using local host. So the container port, can we use it in the local to access?
No, we cannot use it. That's the security Docker is going to provide to us.
Okay.
But if you wanted to expose 8080 only, you can just expose on 8080 and the container port also on 8080. That's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
That's it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Abhilash. And thank you, everyone. I'll meet you everyone tomorrow. Have a great day and happy learning.
Thank you.